Hey, this is Charles 9mm today, and I got something to show you that I think you'll enjoy. First of all, I want to point out some books I think you should read. I think you're going to really like them a lot. And they have a great amount of information in them that you're not going to really find anywhere else, especially in this form. If you've been watching the Dual Survival on Discovery Channel, there's a guy on there by the name of Cody Lundin. He's the head of a survival school in Prescott, Arizona. He's the guy that wears a bandana on his head and no shoes and always wears short pants. He writes some excellent books, by the way, and his first book was 98 Degrees, The Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive. This is just a fantastic book. This was his first book. I highly recommend this book. It is just chock full of information, all sorts of things in here from food, sanitation, water, shelter, that sort of thing. Excellent book. His second book was When All Hell Breaks Loose, and this is the stuff you need to survive when disaster strikes, is the subtitle of this book. And this book is just excellent. It's much thicker than the other book, and it is filled with everything on how to survive when the grid goes down. And it is written in a way that you feel like you're sitting and talking to Cody Lundin himself. He writes in a fashion that's straightforward, it's honest, it's rough, it's harsh. He's straight to the point. There's no fooling around. It's really for a mature mind. I really believe that if you can handle it, if you need some kind of Victorian type soft speech, that's delicately passes over these issues, this is not the book for you. This is a book for someone who wants to face these issues head on, and I highly recommend it. With that said, Cody, if you've been watching this show, plus if you've been looking at the book, he wears a knife around his neck, and you're probably wondering what that knife is. And for the most part, what he's using, especially in the series, is a Mora knife. Now, you've seen me do a Mora knife before. That was a little bit of a smaller one. This is the Mora S2. And this is, again, that carbon knife made by Mora, made in Sweden. It is just a fantastic high-carbon steel knife. These knives are very inexpensive. This knife can probably be handled at the time of this filming. You probably get this knife for under $20. Now, what you're thinking is, oh, that's a cheap junk knife. It is not. They have developed production methods over the years, because this follows a 400-year tradition in Sweden. It is just excellent high carbon, but because they have developed the efficiencies in this factory that makes these, they can keep the price way down. And in Sweden, these are considered knives that you use hard, and if you bust one, you don't worry about it. And you'll see Cody in his books and and on television using this knife, and he's using it very hard. I'm going to do a few things with it. We're just going to play with it a little bit, but I recommend this knife, especially if you are on a budget, because there's a knife there you can shave with, you can bushcraft with, and you can clean fish. You can do all sorts of things with it, and it'll do the job for you, and it won't break the budget as well, and you can depend on it. Now, a lot of people have complained a little bit because they said that's a very thick handle. You have to have big hands. I don't know. I have medium hands, but it doesn't feel like that uncomfortable to me. And to me, if it's that bad, if it was me, I would take a rasp to it and I would sand it down, because it's red birch wood, and I would shape it to fit without getting too deep and breaking away the tang. You just have to maintain the amount of strength, because this is a full tang in here in this handle. And that's what I would do if you had really tiny hands or something like that. But I don't have any problem with it. My wife doesn't have any problem with it, so I don't know. It seems okay to me. Let's do a couple things with it. I think it'd be fun to do. and show you what this knife can do. I'm going to baton with it a little bit too to show you that it's capable of handling that. Now, I got a stick here that I'm trying to make a spindle for a fire drill, and I need to just break this down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Mora S2 to do it and see where we go from there. So if you could like to just watch. That's pretty nice. Let's get the other side. Give it a couple whacks. This might end up as firewood instead of a spindle. Depends on how well it comes out. But at least we're doing some good batoning. Now here we're doing some batoning with a fairly small blade. But batoning is a very, very important art in survival and bushcrafting, because it gives you the ability. We're hitting a knot. Went right through it. It gives you the ability to split bigger pieces of wood that you wouldn't necessarily be able to split. It'd be nice to have an axe, but if you don't have an axe, there's always batoning. Most essential tool in bushcrafting is the knife. Did a nice job. Now go ahead and do some cutting here and round this out. Out of the package, this knife you could shave with it. In fact, I did shave with it. It was no Gillette Ultra, but it shaved. Took the hair off without any problem. Beautiful. It's very, very hot today. It's been very hot, and we've had a couple monsoons here in Camp Kenai, which is cannot confirm or deny in right near Fort Doesn't Exist, which is the name of the fort. So we're trying to get a real nice straight shaft. I may not finish this here for you, but what we will do is we're going to take all these shavings. Oh, this is sweet. And go right through that knot. I like to push with my thumb. Beautiful. The high carbon steel, it takes a little more care because of course it's prone to rusting. But what you gain with that is it's not as brittle as stainless steel. Although Mora does make some stainless steel knives. They do make a bushcrafter knife. I just really like the traditional blades that they make, but they make some great knives. And all of them are highly, highly affordable. There's some parts of the world where Mora knives are used almost exclusively for bushcrafting. There aren't really other knives available, and people do just fine with them. And I love them. I like the fact too, it's got this nice plastic sheath, and you can just drop that around your neck. Pack that in here. Now I've put a whistle on this as well. But it's great. Right there, always there with you. So, let's gather up some of these chips here. We won't make it too difficult for us today. Good start on the spindle. When we start on maybe another video, we'll do some fire bow, fire drill stuff. So we gathered up all these little chips. Look over here to my handheld kit. Got a little container here. Open that up, and there is a Vaseline-soaked cotton ball, which we'll put right there. Close it back up, nice little waterproof case. Carabiners, all sorts of little tools, all sorts of things. I'll go over that on another video. My carabiner survival kit. Put that right up here, right there by my Dave Canterbury Common Man blowgun. So I've got some blowgun darts that we made. Get out my favorite ferro rod, and we'll go from there. Now, it's really nice about the Mora S2 is it's got on the back of the spine, not the sharp edge, because you don't want to ruin that edge, because that edge could be your lifeline in a survival situation, because we're going to use the other side, the flat side here. And it has a nice squareness to it, and it's really good for using a ferro rod like this to throw a spark. Yeah, almost got it. Need a little more puffiness here. My aim is a little bad. We'll get it. No worries. There we go. Up and running. Beautiful. Well, the Mora S2, got my little fire going. Great knife, made in Sweden. It's affordable. It's a knife that Cody Lundin uses. I love that knife. Good knife, right there. The Mora S2. We're gonna have a little fire here. Take care. We'll join you next time. Take care, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.